I have here the world's highest capacity micro compact from Springfield Armory. Let's check out what we got. We're going to do an unboxing. Everybody's been talking about this gun, so I had to go out and buy one for myself, kind of check out really what the big hullabaloo is about. It's from Springfield Armory, so I'm guessing it's going to be something awesome because they do make some awesome guns. I have quite a few of them. And so right off the bat, what I notice is the wraparound serrations. You have top end serrations as well as side serrations. Something new you'll see from Springfield Armory. You have your tritium U-dot system. U-dot there. It does actually have a little load indicator window where you can kind of see down inside if it's loaded or not. What I really like about the grip that they did was they really kept it soft, even though usually when you see this sort of stippling on a polymer gun, it's usually pretty aggressive, and over time it kind of wears your hand out, but this is really soft. I really like that. Another area that you'll actually notice is, you know, we say keep your finger on something else other than the trigger. This kind of gives you like a reference area. You have this little reference area head here. My hands are kind of small, so my finger doesn't reach it, but for someone who has bigger hands, you'll probably be able to reach that, you know, left-handed or right-handed. It also has the mag release where you can actually kind of change that around for left-handed or right-handed. I really do like that. Something you'll also notice, it does have the safety on the trigger. This is actually a very nice flat trigger that they put on here. See that nice flat trigger? So you have the safety, but you also have this nice flatness, and so you have to defeat that safety before you can actually depress that trigger. Overall, I'm really liking this gun so far, just kind of looking at it. When it comes to fit, it actually fits in my hand really well. I don't have really big hands, so with a proper one-hand shooting grip, I can still reach that trigger really well. You know, I can see that my finger fits on there really well. Yeah, can't wait to shoot it. You can see it's very nice, and here you can see it's very flat. You know, nothing really sticks out on this gun. You know, once I have that proper two-hand grip, I won't actually, you know, put my hand on that, causing it to not be able to, you know, lock itself open with our slide lock lever. We have our takedown lever as well, which is really nice and flat. So, yeah, I'm excited to shoot this. So I'm not a very big person, so I'm really liking the fact that the fit of the firearm in my hand is great. And, you know, how does it feel without shooting it? I have to say that the stippling feels great in my hand. I don't have to do aftermarket grips to actually help me with, you know, that polymer, you know, slippage. Sometimes your hands get a little sweaty. I do usually put aftermarket, you know, grips on my guns if they're polymers, but I'm thinking I may not actually have to do this with the new Hellcat. Again, I wanted to also, before I forget, this is a 3-inch barrel. And I can't say it enough, but you know, Springfield Armory is saying this is the world's highest micro compact in the world. Okay, so I'm excited about that. It comes with 2 magazines, double stack. So we have 11 plus 1, 13 plus 1, 2 magazines. You have 1 extended magazine. It even has that nice stippling on it as well. And so does the smaller one, the 11 round double stack magazine. So this is 9mm. Who wants to go shoot some guns? Let's do this. I need ammo. Need ammo. Somebody bring me ammo. Before I shoot a gun, I like to inspect it first. I know this is a brand new gun, but this Hellcat, I like to make sure that even though I'm shooting the Hellcat for the first time, it's brand new outside of the box. I like to look at the inside just to make sure that it has plenty of oil. So we actually have the takedown lever that we actually push up. You know, you want to pull the slide back. We've checked to make sure there's no ammunition in the area. We're going to take it apart. Press that trigger, take off the slide. You can see it's really dry. So before I even do any type of you know, field testing, I want to make sure I've got plenty of oil on it. And of course, I'm actually using Breakthrough Clean. My favorite, best on the market. So we're going to put a little bit of oil on the rails here. Just wherever metal meets metal. Put it back together. Line it up. Slide back. Close it back down. Can't forget to put some on the outside of the barrel. Ready to shoot. Let's go shoot it. This Hellcat actually feels really good in my hand. When it comes to fit and feel, we also like to know how does it feel when we shoot it. Now, I actually do carry a firearm that's very similar to this size, so this is really too abnormal for me. I'm used to floating my pinky just prior to loading my magazine, and so loading that magazine, coming up and over to the slide serrations, I did notice right off, a little jiggly, but not a big deal. It's in there. Okay, so racking that slide. Slide is actually very easy to rack. Pushing that gun forward, it was really easy. Nothing difficult about racking the slide. And let's see what this first shot feels like. So I'm just going to shoot once and kind of tell you how it feels. Just a little bit of an adjustment. Okay, I'm going to come back in so I kind of know what it is I need to adjust. It is a little different. The ergonomics of the grip itself are a little different than what I am used to shooting every day. All right, so there's that one little adjustment that I did have to make. And to make a note of that, usually the gun that I shoot, you can see my knuckles are usually square, whereas this one I need to bring my hand over just a little bit to be able to reach that trigger. Okay, so that's the first thing I noticed. So when it comes to fit, I do have to make a little bit of an adjustment to get that proper indexing of the trigger. Okay, so again, I'm going to extend into and in parallel with my line of sight. Touching the trigger. That first press, it doesn't move very much. Not a lot of felt recoil at all. It actually shoots pretty well. I have to say, the manageability of the felt recoil, pretty easy. The sights, by the way, they're very visually pleasing. I really like the sights. You can really pick them up into and in parallel with my line of sight and forward of my eyes. I can look straight at that target and still see this in my center field of vision. Okay, so I'm going to extend back out and get back on that target. Really nice trigger. That trigger actually feels great. Very nice. Well, I have to say that for me personally, I'm actually really digging this gun. For me personally, it fits really good in my hands. I don't have the biggest hands, but it fits great in my hand. I really like the way it feels when I shoot it. It has the, all the ergonomics of it. I don't know, it just really feels good. The stippling that they did on the grip feels great. I actually don't think that I need to go and get any type of aftermarket grips to put on here like I do a lot of my polymer guns. So I got that going for me. That's going to save me some money. It feels great when I shoot it. I can actually manage the felt recoil. Again, I'm not a super strong person either. It's not like I've got some sort of death grip on it. I love the trigger. It's a really nice, smooth trigger. I will say that when it comes to the cost, this is well within most everybody's budget. Price point $4.99. So when putting the proper budget together, you want to make sure that you factor in the cost of the firearm, your ammunition, training, a safe system to keep your firearms away from unauthorized users, Something that a lot of people aren't used to are the tritium UDOT systems. You know, when you get that overhand rack, I mean, I really don't feel the top serrations, you know, per se. So I don't really think that made a difference for me. One thing I will say about the sights is it's a little bit more raised up. It's almost like a little bit of a claw. So if I had to do a rack on my belt, I literally could. I think this is gonna be, and I'm gonna have to say this is gonna be my new concealed carry. I'm gonna get some trigger time with it actually this weekend. I'm gonna make sure that I get myself a good holster and get some practice with this because yeah, I really like it. I love the serrations, but at the end of the day, I will say Hellcat has got it going on, and I'm actually glad that I purchased this firearm, and I'm really excited to integrate this into my EDC. Hell hath no fury like the Hellcat. This is CCW Maggie with Homeland Personal Protection. See y'all later. This video is made possible from our friends at Breakthrough Clean. Get Breakthrough Clean products at breakthroughclean.com/WDN.